In this video, I'm going to share with you a simple coaching demonstration of a process we call anchoring with a little bit of a twist that I've added to it over the years. It's going to help you give clients access to whatever states of mind they want access to, and you'll be able to use it as well. If you don't know me, my name is Sean Smith. I'm the founder of Elite Coaching University, where we give you the skills to be a badass coach and the strategies to build a badass business. I've never thrown badass in there. Is that a little too much? I publish videos on this channel every single week, so make sure you are subscribed and click that little bell notification so you know every single time we go live or publish a video or every time I'm hungry. All right, so this is gonna be a little bit of a different kind of video. I've had the idea of doing coaching demonstrations on this channel to give you an idea of what some of these coaching tools actually sound like. And so what I'm gonna do is share with you an audio from inside of my online certification program called Breakthrough Coaching Certification. I'll tell you a little bit more about that afterwards. Now, there won't be any video with it. It's just going to be the audio recording, but you'll be able to listen as I help a woman, get this, anchor calmness when she gets around her mother. This is a juicy situation, helping people deal with their parents or in-laws or just other family members. You're like, hey, I know you got mama problems because I've met your mama, so you need this coaching tool right here. I wouldn't suggest you say it that way. So I think you'll find this tool really valuable, and I hope you enjoy the demonstration. And let me know what you think about these kinds of coaching demonstrations. If it's valuable for you, then I'll do many more in the future. For this demonstration, I need a volunteer. I want somebody who has some kind of emotional shift that you want to make around some kind of trigger. So it could be like, a certain person makes you angry, or a certain situation gets you really irritated, or some scenario creates fear inside of you. So give us a little explanation of what's going on.
I want to feel calm when I see my mother.
Yeah, we can't do that one. So I need another volunteer. No, I'm kidding. This is a fun one though, because it's based on obviously a very significant relationship. And in the Total Truth Letter piece, we talked about how so many people have issues with their parents, and so these are really deep-seated things. So perfect.
Yes.
Let's give it a go. How do you
Okay.
feel now when you see your mom?
My body just tenses up and I feel like um, I guess it's like a fear, and it's not a logical one. It's definitely just in my body. I feel like I have to protect myself, and I get tense and I don't feel like myself.
Okay. Yeah, you use the word that I would have asked about, is protection. And
Yes.
and the point of this technique is not to explore, figure out what the details are, and do any kind of um, the neurological shift around your relationship with your mother. The purpose of this
Mhm.
technique is to give you a different state in the moment. So on top of this, in a normal coaching relationship, we would do some of that other work too. I just want you to know, and I want to explain to everybody else, like, why I'm not going back and asking what happened in her childhood. And that's all what I would do in a normal coaching conversation. But to demonstrate this one particular process, that stuff is not relevant. So you've got
Okay.
fear and tension with your mom, and you would rather experience calmness. Is that what you said?
Yeah, calmness, peace, and yeah, those two. That'd be perfect.
Oh, those are great states, right? I want you to close your eyes and think back to a time that you were experiencing a high level of calmness and peace. It could be very recent, it could be
Hmm.
days ago, it could be weeks ago, it could be years ago. But what memory immediately comes up to you that represents this high state of calmness and peace?
I was sitting on the beach in Mexico a couple weeks ago.
Beautiful. That'll usually do it. So as you focus on this complete feeling and state of calmness and peace, and maybe you're accessing the memory of being on that
Mhm.
beach, and maybe you're actually looking around and seeing the people or feeling the sand or hearing the waves.
I was all by myself and there was nobody for as far as I could see, and it was amazing.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Hmm.
You're smiling now. I can tell your
I
energy is
am
like
totally smiling.
there,
Yeah.
right? You almost said it in Spanish, I think. So as you're in this complete state of calmness and peace, accessing this memory, what's the very first image? And it could be an image within the image that you're already focusing on, or it could just be a
Hmm.
snapshot or what have you. But without you trying to direct it, what's the very first image that comes to mind that represents calmness and peace?
Um, I guess the first thing that came to mind is that like nobody could find me.
Awesome. So now that's an awareness and that's a thought. Nobody
Hmm.
can find me. What's an image, like a visual image that could represent that or that leads you
Oh,
to that
just
thought?
yeah, the ocean. Yeah, the ocean
Okay, great.
and the shore. Yeah.
So can you clearly see that ocean
Oh yeah,
and
I
the
can see the
waves coming
waves
in,
coming on the sand.
the
Uh-huh.
color of the water, the color of the sand?
Yes.
So I get a sense
Yeah.
that this is more of a movie than just a still shot. Is that right?
Oh no, it's moving. Yeah, for
Awesome.
sure.
Okay, perfect.
Uh-huh.
And what word or phrase comes to mind, the first word or phrase that represents this deep state of calmness and peace?
Mm. Motion.
Motion. Okay.
Yeah, which is weird because I want peace, but
That
it's
is
like
that's very
motion.
interesting. It's
It's like
so interesting. I
flowing.
want you to explain that to me. Tell me about
Yeah.
how motion gives you that
I
sense.
guess it's like flowing and it's
Ah,
just happening like with ease without trying.
beautiful. Okay, cool. So go ahead and open your eyes.
Hmm.
The work is done. That was actually a little bit longer than usual, and the reason was because Dana was so detailed and she was so emotional. I mean, not like crying or anything, but she was so engaged in that emotion. It actually affected me. Like I'm over here with
Hmm.
goosebumps, and I can see the waves, and I wanted to hear more, right? And when I say that was longer than usual, there's no negative judgment on that whatsoever. I'm just letting everybody know it doesn't even have to be that long. Like sometimes this is a 30-second process or 45-second process. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long this was, is incredibly fast as well. But let's debrief this a little bit, and maybe you already know. The next time you see your mom, or the next time you know you're about to see her, right before you go in, or she comes in, or right before you talk to her, or whatever, what do you think my advice to you is?
Picture the ocean and that space.
Exactly. And the two words that came out, motion was really interesting, and you caught it, and you said that's kind of weird because motion and peace usually don't go together. Motion and
Yeah.
calmness usually don't go together. So I really wanted you to explain that, but inside the motion is flow, and
Hmm.
inside the flow is ease, right?
Yeah.
So the next time you have an interaction or about to have an interaction with your mom, remember the shore, remember the beach, put yourself there. You don't even have to close your eyes because this is a memory that you can access without closing your eyes. If you close your eyes, obviously it shuts off all of your visual distractions, but
Hmm.
you don't have to. You can be looking at your mom, and she could be doing things or saying things or not doing things that would have triggered you in the past into this protection, response. And you could just immediately put yourself on the beach. You might even feel the warmth, and you feel safety there, right? You didn't use that word safety, so I'm going to put that word in there because your mom has triggered the opposite of safety in the past, right? Which is
Yes.
why you had to protect.
Yes. And it was. it's funny. It was safety. And I think that was the feeling of nobody can find me here. Like I'm
Exactly.
so safe. Yeah.
Exactly. So I want to attach that specific word and idea to your new experience because that's where the protection is coming from, right? Anything that happens with your mom, you can flow with it because that's what this is all about, right? Just like the waves of the ocean. They
Yeah.
go in and they come out and there's a flowing to it, right? Even as I'm saying that right now, my body is just naturally like unconsciously going back and forth and my hands
Mine too.
like are they? That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Because
Uh-huh.
that's what the ocean is to I mean that's what it is in general, but that's what it is to most people. There's this flowingness, there's consistency, there's safety in the ocean in the sense that it's predictable and you know the waves are going to come and the waves are going to go and no matter what's happening on the planet, this ocean is still going to keep oceaning, right? And the waves are
Yeah.
still going to
Yeah.
keep waving and the water is still going to keep watering and do everything that it does and everything's going to be okay. The other
I
beautiful
love
thing
that.
about
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. The other beautiful thing about water, and by the way, the ocean is by far the most common image for people wanting to trigger peace and calmness or anything that is similar to peace and calmness. It's what it is. And water to most people is has that connotation, right? There's this
Yeah.
peaceful power and wisdom. And there's a reason that waterfalls are used the way they are used in advertising and branding and all that, because that's what it means to most people, right? There's this just deep knowingness. But the other really cool thing about water is it can flow around anything, right? Like you put a big, gigantic boulder in the middle of a stream and the water doesn't stop flowing where the boulder is. It just goes around it and it still maintains, the same flow. It's just has this malleable feature to it and it just keeps going. And so this will be a great reminder for you that no matter what happens in your life, not just with your mom, you've got that same flowing kind of energy.
Mm, I love that. Thank you.
You are welcome. And please, when's the next time you think you'll interact with your mom?
Oh, probably today.
Okay, now say that again with a different energy. Because, oh, probably
Hopefully
today didn't
today,
sound
so
too
I can practice
exciting.
this.
You get to go to the Mexican beach today.
Yes, today. Woo! I love it.
And what'll happen now? This is a deeper conversation. I'm not going to go into it right now. But what'll happen is you'll realize that there are a lot of things about your mom that you're taking for granted because the irritation is on the surface,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right? And there are a lot of us that don't have our parents anymore. So, there are plenty
Mm-hmm.
of people that would love to be irritated. I would love to be irritated by my mom again, right? I haven't had
Mm-hmm.
that experience in over 5 years. I'd love it. And so
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us take for granted the things that we could appreciate, especially around people that, we've got some kind of negative association to, especially friends and family. And that's sad, right? Because that gratitude is hidden in the irritation. So I wish that experience for you as well. And my advice to you is just look for it. Look for something in your mom that you haven't seen in a long time. Look for her humanity. Look for her compassion. Look for the fact that that body gave birth to you. Look for anything that you can to find gratitude as well as the peace and calmness. And then let us know how it goes. Would you do that?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. You are welcome. Thank
Yep.
you for that.
All right, so that's it. It's pretty cool, huh? It's a super simple exercise. And the cool thing is, we don't really have to create anything for the client. We just have to help them uncover what's already there for them. We all have anchors for calmness and peace and excitement and motivation. So it's much easier as a coach to find those rather than try to install them. And as I said, that recording was taken from one of the modules of Breakthrough Coaching Certification, which is our online certification program. And this type of coaching is something I call neurotransformational coaching. If you want to be a really powerful transformational agent, you have to help people make shifts in their neurologies, not just in their intellect. So if you want more information about that program, go to coachshawnsmith.com/BCC. I will link to it in the description as well. If you have any questions at all, let us know. It's an amazing program. We have an incredible support system full of geeks who are just so passionate about helping people change their lives. I know you'll find it super valuable. And if you want to get on the phone with one of our coaches, whether it's to get some business help, maybe help you decide what business model you should use, or help identifying your ideal clients or anything else that's in your way, or if you just want to experience neurotransformational coaching, then go to coachshansmith.com/try coaching, and I'll link to that as well. I hope this video has been valuable for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts or any questions that you might have about the demonstration itself or anything else related to it. So leave me a comment, like the video, share it with anybody that you think would find it valuable, especially anybody that has issues with their moms. You know, there's a few. So if you like this kind of demo, let me know and I will include more in the weeks to come. I'll see you in another video.